Ashley the rabbit has 3 new friends. They are Sophie, Josh, and Tom. Today she is playing with Sophie in the garden behind Sophie's house. "Are you dry today, Ashley?" asks Sophie. She is making a joke about the day Ashley fell in the pond in the park. "Yes, I am dry today," smiles Ashley. "Thank you for helping me to get out of the pond." Sophie and Ashley are sitting under a big tree at the back of the garden. Plop! Something falls down from the tree. "What was that?" asks Ashley. "I don't know," answers Sophie. Plop! Plop! It happens again 2 times. "Look at this," says Sophie. Ashley moves closer to Sophie. Sophie is pointing at something. Ashley looks at it. It's a banana peel. They look around the ground. They find 2 more banana peels. Plop! It's another banana peel. But this time it drops down right on top of Sophie's head. Yuck! Sophie and Ashley hear someone laughing. They look up into the tree, and what do they see? It's a monkey. It's a very naughty monkey. It's Bubba, the monkey. "Hey, you up there," says Sophie. "What are you doing?" But Bubba does not answer. He only laughs. Plop! He drops another banana peel. This time it drops on Ashley's head. Sophie and Ashley are not happy. This is a very naughty monkey. Why is he dropping banana peels down to the ground? Why is he dropping banana peels on top of their heads? "You come down here right now," says Ashley. "Yes," says Sophie. "You must help us clean up this mess." But Bubba just laughs. Now he starts to swing from branch to branch. Oops! He misses a branch. He falls to the ground. Plop! But this time it's not a banana peel. This time it's a naughty monkey. He's not moving. Oh no! Is Bubba hurt? Sophie and Ashley are scared. They are not happy about the banana peels, but they don't want Bubba to be hurt. They run over to see if Bubba is okay. He is on his back. They look down at him. He jumps up and laughs and runs around in circles. He is not hurt. He was just pretending to be hurt. He runs and jumps and does cartwheels and somersaults. Sophie and Ashley laugh at Bubba. He is a naughty monkey, but he is also a very funny monkey. "My name is Bubba," he says as he runs around. "I'm Sophie and this is Ashley," says Sophie. Sophie and Ashley start to run around with Bubba. Now they try to chase him, but he is too fast. He runs around the tree and they follow him. He looks behind him and does not see the banana peel on the ground. Bubba slips on the banana peel. His feet go way up in the air. Plop! He lands on his back again. This time Sophie and Ashley sit on top of Bubba. He can't move now. "Why are you sitting on top of me?" shouts Bubba. "Let me go! Let me go! We can't let you go until you answer a question," says Ashley. "Yes," says Sophie. "Why do you drop banana peels?" "I don't know," laughs Bubba. "I don't know what to do with the peels after I eat the bananas." "But this is not good," says Sophie. "We don't want banana peels in our garden." "You're right," says Bubba. "I'm sorry. I made a mess, and now I must clean it up." So Bubba starts to pick up banana peels. There are many banana peels, so Sophie and Ashley help Bubba. Now the garden is clean. "Thank you for helping to pick up banana peels," says Sophie. "Let's have a snack. What do you want to eat?" "How about a banana split," says Bubba. The end. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe for more videos. The Amazing Invisible Tiger. Sophie and Ashley have a new friend. His name is Bubba, the monkey. Sometimes he can be very naughty, but he is really a very nice monkey. Today he meets 2 new friends. Sophie walks with Bubba down the street towards Josh's house. Well, Sophie is walking, but Bubba does not walk. He likes to run and jump and do cartwheels down the pavement. Sophie knocks on Josh's front door. No answer. I wonder if Josh is in the garden behind his house, says Sophie. Baba is still doing cartwheels on the pavement. Come on, Baba, says Sophie. She and Baba walk around to the garden behind Josh's house. No Josh, but Sophie hears Josh's voice. She looks up. His bedroom window is open. Josh, shouts Sophie. Josh! For once, Baba stops running and jumping and doing cartwheels. He stands still and looks up at the window. The voice from Josh's bedroom stops. There he is. Josh pops his head out of his bedroom window. Hi, Sophie, says Josh. Who is your new friend? This is Baba, answers Sophie. Do you want to come out and play? I can't, says Josh. I have a problem in my bedroom. What is it? Asks Sophie. She and Baba both look up at Josh. I have an invisible tiger in my room. What? Say Sophie and Baba at the same time. It's true, says Josh. Come on up. The back door is open. So Sophie and Baba go through the back door of Josh's house. They go upstairs to his bedroom. Sophie knocks on Josh's bedroom door. He opens the door and says, Quick, come in fast. Sophie and Baba go into Josh's bedroom and he closes the door quickly. Sophie says, Josh, this is Baba. Baba, this is Josh. Then she asks, why do we have to come in quickly? I don't want the tiger to escape, answers Josh. Sophie and Baba look at each other. Then they start to laugh. Josh, says Sophie, are you sure you're okay? There is no tiger in here. Suddenly they hear a roar. I am Lexa, the tiger, says a voice. Sophie and Baba are scared. They jump back. Their mouth and their eyes are wide open. See, says Josh, there is a tiger in my bedroom. And not just any tiger, says Lexa. I'm a special tiger. Why are you special, asks Baba. And how do we know you're a tiger, says Sophie. We can't even see you. Don't make her angry, says Josh. She is already in a bad mood. Lexa roars again. Josh and Sophie and Baba all take a step backwards. They are scared. So you want to see me? Asks Lexa. Watch this. And suddenly there she is, standing in Josh's bedroom, a very pretty tiger with beautiful stripes. Sophie and Baba and Josh all say, wow, Lexa is pretty, but she is not happy. Why are you in a bad mood? Asks Sophie. Because my paw hurts, answers Lexa. Let me see, says Sophie. Lexa puts out her paw and Sophie holds it. Sophie looks very closely at Lexa's paw. I think I see the problem, says Sophie. It's a thorn. A thorn? Asks Lexa. I can help you, says Sophie. She has small fingers so she can easily pull out the thorn. Is that better now? Asks Sophie. Yes, answers Lexa. Thank you so much. So now there is a new friend on the street. Sophie and Josh are so excited. They want to show their new friend Lexa to their other friend Tom. They hope Lexa does not become invisible again. The end. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe for more videos. The Elephant Who Cried Mouse. Once upon a time, there was an elephant, Ronald. I'm sure you know how this goes. He was bewildered, frightened, absolutely terrified of mice. And mice, as you know, are very nice. Can you possibly imagine what there is to be frightened of in a mouse? They have the tiniest teeth in the world. They have soft, furry little bodies. They are the size of your finger. But Ronald couldn't help it. We don't always know why we're scared of things. Perhaps when Ronald was little, a mouse popped out of a tree when he was sleeping one night and jumped close to his face and seemed very big to our poor little Ronald. Perhaps Ronald had a bad dream about a mouse. These things can happen, especially when we eat too much chocolate before bed. And Ronald sure did like to eat a lot of chocolate before bed. In fact, eating chocolate in bed was his favorite thing to do. So anyway, here was Ronald, a great big grown-up 5-year-old elephant, who was absolutely, earthquakingly, dumbfoundedly, flabbergastedly terrified of mice. And because he felt so frozen, stiff, petrified of little micey kingdom, he naturally assumed that all of his elephant family felt the same way. And being a bit of a joker in his family, he liked to scream out, "Mouse!" whenever he thought he would like to scare them and have a laugh. "Mouse!" he would cry behind his mama, and she would jump a meter in the air, and when she landed, all the trees in the vicinity would come crashing to the ground. It was a terrible mess. "Hee hee," Ronald would giggle behind a tree. Mama wasn't very happy. Mama wasn't scared of mice, but she knew Ronald was, and every time he screamed mouse, she would think she needed to save him from somewhere where a mouse was. "Mouse!" Ronald would scream behind Papa, and Papa would jump a meter in the air, and when he landed, all the water in the lakes would drench the villages, and there would be no water left for the fish. "Hee hee," Ronald would giggle behind a log. Papa wasn't very happy. Papa wasn't scared of mice, but he hated loud noises, and every time Ronald screamed "Mouse," it made his heart gallop like a galloping horse until he realized it was just Ronald screaming "Mouse." This worked like a treat for many months. Ronald would scream "Mouse," and everyone would get scared. But one day, Ronald screamed "Mouse," and nobody said or did anything at all. Maybe they didn't hear him. "Mouse!" he screamed again, but his whole elephant family ignored him and went about their business. They were so used to him screaming "Mouse" that they had simply become used to it. To them now, it was just another sound of the jungle. And then Ronald turned around, and what do you think he saw? A scary, hairy, creepy, crawling, chittering little mouse. "Eek!" shouted Ronald and jumped into a tree. The mouse stood looking up at him and scratched his head. "What's wrong?" the mouse said. "Didn't you call for me?" And he was so soft and confused, so friendly and cute, that Ronald realized he was silly being scared. "Actually, I guess I did," he said to the mouse. And so Ronald came down from the tree. Now Ronald still cries "Mouse" from time to time, but when he does, his mouse friend comes and they play on the seesaw together, and they both scream together with laughter. The end. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe for more videos. The Tooth Fairies and the Cleaning Factory. Deep in the New Forest, where no big people ever went, there was a tiny little magical village called the Orden Gardens. Here, 3 little tooth fairies named Incisor, Canine, and Molar were busy at work in their factory. The 3 tooth fairies were all named after types of teeth. Incisor was tall and skinny with short pink hair. Canine was also tall with blue hair, and Molar was the short, wise one with curly silver locks. All day long, the busy little fairies cleaned and shined the children's milk teeth they had collected during the night. The milk teeth were used to make very useful things in the Orden Gardens, like roads in the village and furniture in the homes for the little fairies. One day, Incisor realized that the teeth coming into the cleaning factory were not as strong as they used to be. "Oh dear," said Incisor, "these teeth are fragile and brittle with holes and black spots. They crumble as soon as I try to polish them with my cloth. Whatever are are we to do?" "Yes," said Canine, "I know exactly what's wrong. The children are beginning to eat far too many sweets and are not looking after their teeth at all." "I know. We can fix it," said Molar, the wise one. She sounded quite excited by her grand idea. The three fairies looked at each other and waited while Molar explained all. As usual, it was a fabulous idea. The three of them wasted no time at all and got to work straight away. That night, it was Canine's turn to fly off and collect all the milk teeth from under the sleeping children's pillow. Off she flew with a bag of coins, some white berry sandwiches for her lunch, and a pack of cards which the three fairies had spent all afternoon preparing. It was such a treat to leave the forest and see the city's skyline, but it was a dangerous place for fairies. K9 had to make sure that the big people never saw her. She flew through the starry sky and saw the wonderful city fast asleep. Her first stop was a young boy named Junior. Earlier in the night, Junior and his mom had placed his milk tooth under the pillow. Mommy took Junior into bed and told him all about the tooth fairy who would leave some money in exchange for his tooth. She gave him a good night kiss and left him to fall asleep. By the time K9 arrived, Junior was fast asleep. She flew in through the top window, was ajar, and glided quickly down to Junior's pillow. She perched beside him and braced herself in preparation for the task. She lifted the pillow and wedged herself between the pillow and the bed. She quickly grabbed the tooth and tossed it over to her backpack. She placed 2 coins and the fairy's special card in exchange under the pillow and flew off into the night sky to find more milk teeth. In the morning, as soon as Junior woke up, he rummaged under the pillow to see if the tooth fairy had left any money for him. He was thrilled to find the coins, but looked blankly at the card he found in his hand. Mommy didn't mention anything about a card, he wondered. He read the card out loud, the Tooth Fairy's Guide to Healthy Teeth. 1. Eat healthy. 2. Cut down on sugary sweets and drinks. 3. Brush your teeth twice a day. 4. Use fluoride toothpaste. 5. Visit the dentist regularly. Back in the village of Orden Gardens, the fairies were very happy about the new information card they were giving to the children. Soon enough, the milk teeth coming into the factory were strong and healthy again. The end.
Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe for more videos.
The Bubble Mystery. Toot Toot was very happy. She was going to the pond for the first time. Bath time! At first, Toot Toot was scared of the water, but when she saw all the other goats splashing around, she jumped in. Everyone laughed, everyone splashed, everyone played and played. Toot Toot soon found bubbles all around her. They were going blop, blop, blop. She was a little afraid, but she soon got over it. Toot Toot began to jump, dance, and twirl through the bubbles. After that fun day, Toot Toot began to wonder, how are bubbles made? She asked her Baba. Baba said he didn't know. Toot Toot asked her Ma. Ma said she didn't know either. So Toot Toot decided to solve the bubble mystery all by herself. She flapped her tail in the water. She blew into the water with all her might, but she didn't make a bubble. One day, Toot Toot's tummy was hurting. She wondered what to do. She decided to bathe in the pond's cool water. There was a deep rumbling in her tummy. Suddenly, gas escaped from Toot Toot. Psst! As the gas shot through the water, bubbles popped up to the water's surface. Blop, blop, blop. Finally, Toot Toot had solved the bubble mystery. Now, whenever it's bath day, Toot Toot makes the most magnificent bubbles of all. After her first bath day, Toot Toot's sister asked her how bubbles were made. And what did Toot Toot say? Why, she told her sister she didn't know. The end.
Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe for more videos.
The Dragon Who Couldn't Puff. Once upon a time, there was a little dragon, and he was the sweetest little dragon you ever saw. He was just the size of your thumb, no larger. He looked as though he had been cut from a gleaming green crystal. He had pearly scales and a backbone of purple pointed spikes. His teeth were white and sharp. He was a lovely little specimen. His name was Grizzlin. Grizzlin lived in somebody's pencil case. He was a variety of house dragon. Perhaps you've never heard of house dragons. Not many people know about them, but they live in all sorts of places, in all sorts of houses, and are really quite common. They snuggle down in fruit bowls and flower vases, and at the back of bathroom drawers. They are invisible in the day and only come out at night, when the moon is 3/4 full and it's summertime. All the rest of the time being very lazy, uncomfortable little creatures. They like to spend sleeping whiskery, plump, chocolatey dreams of shiny quartz, tinkling stars, and zippy little motor cars. But this story happened one of those summer times when the moon was 3/4 full and Grizzlin was wide awake. The little dragon had slept well the last 9 months of the year and was in the mood to do something fun. He saw that all the bigger house dragons were extremely good at puffing fire, and decided that he, too, would like to learn to puff like they did. Grizzlin's mother, Fairy was making herself a cup of hot chocolate in a bottle lid. She blew hot little puffs that made the mug glow. Grizzlin thought how nice it would be to make himself a hot chocolate. He curled up beside her and watched her for a while. He thought it looked easy enough. So when she flitted out to nibble the insects on the basil bushes, leaving the steamy mug on the windowsill, Grizzlin leaned forward and gave an experimental puff of his own. But nothing happened. Not a thing. He blew harder. A big blue flame burst out of his mouth and both nostrils. Oh no, his eyebrows caught on fire. Grizzlin's older sister, Mollymook, fell over her snout laughing. She had been watching from the drog bowl. Grizzlin blushed a deep shade of green. He flew into the kitchen and hid in the fridge for a while, putting his face into a jug of cream to cool it down. Eventually, there was a squeaking sound, and his mother poked her lovely little blue face through the refrigerator seal. "What are you doing here?" she asked him. "And why is your face all white?" Grizzlin was ashamed and didn't want to talk about it, but Mollymook had told her everything. "Don't be worried about what your sister says," said Grizzlin's mother. "Do you know what happened when Mollymook tried to blow fire the first time? She made a very rude noise. Everybody thought it was Grandpa." Grizzlin giggled. "But how do you puff?" he asked. "Well," said his mother, "you twist your lips up like this, and you imagine you're about to sing the first note of Happy Birthday. And you just kind of breathe out and trust that it will happen." Grizzlin tried. Nothing happened. "I don't want to do it anyway," he said. "Don't give up," said his mother. "If you give up, you know for sure that you will never do it." Grizzlin scowled. He didn't want to hear that. He had decided he wouldn't practice, and he wouldn't. and so he didn't. And for all that time, he was a dragon without a puff. But one day, as the moon was growing fuller, Grizzlin looked at his watch and saw it would soon be winter. And soon he would have to go back to his long seasonal sleepy time with fancies of ice cream and bunnies to hold.
Wavelets of icicles.
Shivery cold. Suddenly he thought how cold it was in the bottom of the potato bowl where he usually hibernated. Suddenly he thought how nice it would be to have nice hot water bottle. One that he could cuddle up with, and every time it got cold, just make a nice little puff and warm it up all over again. It wasn't anyone's birthday, but Grizzlin snuck into the baby's room and practiced his puff again and again. He knew no one would see him in the baby's room because all the house dragons were scared of humans, especially big bald ones with one big glistening tooth the same size as a grown house dragon. But Grizzlin was not afraid of the baby because she was little like he was and really a very nice little person. So Grizzlin snuggled between two teddy bears, and in the dark he puffed and puffed to the sound of baby snoring. All sorts of rude sounds came out. Big flames burst out untrammeled, and little squeaks and sparks. Baby heard none of it. Hours and hours passed. Grizzlin's forehead singed and his cheeks were aching, and finally he realized that he just couldn't learn to puff in one night. He'd need to practice much longer. The winter would come and he would have no hot water bottle this year. He would have to wait till next year and practice more, and it would only be after a lot more practice that he might just learn to puff. But it was really quite nice and warm. Grizzlin saw that even if he couldn't puff this winter, he'd found a cozy little bed. He tucked himself into Teddy's back seam and found his cozy place for the winter, and he'd just have to practice more next year. The end.
Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe for more videos.
I found a frog. Even though I have grandchildren of my own, it seems like it was only yesterday when I returned home from school to find a frog in my bedroom. My mother just chuckled when I yelled out, "I found a frog on my bed!" Now she knew that I would eventually find one, but she let me discover a wonder of nature that many people miss. I am glad she did. You see, a little earlier that spring, when I was 6 years old, I saw some little black fish in a pond. Since I didn't have any pets, I went home and asked my mother if I could have one. After we talked about my catching some of the fish I saw and the responsibility of having a pet, she agreed. She gave me a bowl, told me to go catch a few, and said that while I was out, she would prepare their new home. Off I went. There were so many that they were easy to catch. I filled the bowl and ran home. When I got home, my mother had an old fish bowl filled with water sitting on the corner of my desk. She asked to see the fish, looked, and with a big smile said, "Tadpoles, wow, you are in for a surprise." I asked what she meant, and she just said that I would have to wait and see, but to watch my fish carefully. After a few weeks, I noticed some were changing. "Mom," I yelled with excitement, "come here, my fish are growing legs." She came into my room, looked, smiled, and told me to keep watching. After several more weeks, there were more changes. "Mom," I yelled with excitement, "come here, my fish are growing front legs, and their tail is going away." She came into my room, looked, smiled, and told me to keep watching. A week or so later, when I got up, I was amazed. There were more changes. My fish didn't have tails, their legs were bigger, and they didn't look like the little black fish I had caught earlier in the spring. "Mom," I yelled with excitement, Come here, my fish are really different. She came into my room, looked, smiled, and told me that a surprise was very close. That day when I returned home from school is when I yelled out, I found a frog on my bed. Surprise, yelled Mom. You watched a miracle right before your eyes. A fish changed into a frog. Now you had better catch and take him and the other almost frogs back to the pond. I don't need 50 more surprises tomorrow morning. Off I went. The end.
Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe for more videos.